Hi and welcome back. So we've now got to go all the way back. So that's, I think that's where, oh right, okay. So that's where mules are. Right, so probably going to be good to go here first. So we place a marker. Oh, sorry. So to here. And we'll deal with that leg for now. Access the terminal. Take on orders.
Congrats, Sam. You're cleared to take on open orders. While they're not as high priority as the ones specifically assigned to you, if you're already heading a certain way and you have room to spare, it couldn't hurt to do a little more, right? Just because they're not mission critical doesn't mean they're not important to someone. So why not do a good deed or two?
So orders for Sam. Yep, what a surprise. 32 kilograms.
Bridges has printing materials stored at the wind farm. We'd like you to bring some to the distro center. These materials are pretty varied, and to get the most out of the Cairo printer, we need as many different types as we can get.
Oh, nice and simple. Accept order.
Hey, great work. That wind farm you've brought into the network is essential for our continued expansion. By way of reward, I've added a little something to your PCC. A generator option. Generators recharge the batteries of all nearby devices.
Ooh.
That includes machines, bikes, and other battery-powered vehicles.
Ooh. I'll make it at the other end. Load all. Ooh. Confirm. Okay. So that's that lot. Let's activate terminal. Standard orders.
Sam, double check the order summary.
Completing delivery materials to a given will increase the amount available. What are you? Metals. Power inspection tools. Yeah. We'll accept that one. Oh, this is going to be long.
Order assigned.
Alright, so we gotta head back. So let's see what we have. There's some PTs over there. Wondering if it's worth skirting the outside.
Hey, be careful on your way back.
Understood. But yeah, I'm gonna skirt round this way.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Thank you. Because by keeping to these noisy things, I'm hoping it'll cause a bit of a distraction. These boots were meant for walking, and that's just what they do. These boots are gonna walk all over you. This is gonna get tricky. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, trip hazards. Metals. We won't worry about collecting stuff. Right, we're doing well. How are we doing on the map? Yeah, we're doing good. Huh, someone made something big there. Yeah, I'm not surprised this is a bit of an angle. It keeps kicking in the meter for being difficult terrain. So at the end of the day, I am kind of going for the harder route. Because I don't want to risk going through the middle of all those lovely monsters. Okay. Yep. How are we doing? Whoa. Accidentally walked right into it. Oh, it's not raining, is it? That's why they're not there. Oh, now we're into the heavy wind territory. Hopefully keeping to this side will offset it. Let's keep... There we are. Yeah, ladders. Let's just take a breather. Let's grab. Neat. Let's grab this one. Ooh, this is going to be precarious coming off. Oh. And you. As we get out. Hoorah. Right, let's continue this way. Yay. And there's my objective. So all I've got to do is get down the hill safely and hope it doesn't rain. Ah, nice chilled music. Yep. Let's do this. It's very weird because this is now getting more and more populated. Postbox level 3. Wonder if that means that all post boxes I visit now are going to be level 3, or that the person that put that there had access to level 3. There's my bridge. Sweet. Let's keep going. We're not doing too bad on time. So let's keep going down. Steady there. Oh. This is the footpath. I know what this music kind of reminds me. I might cause offense, but it kind of reminds me of some of early Floyd. It has a certain otherworldly quality to it that I associate with that band. Let's get across here. Yeah, we're doing it. I thought it'd be too crazy to completely load up, considering we got sensitive material. It's going to make sense, but we are going to get a vehicle, which is pretty sweet. So out we go. Once we get to that, yeah, we should be okay to drop that. Yeah, we're there. Make a generator. Start charging the bike. That's going to be a weird sensation, actually having a fast means of transport.
Hey, Sam. You could probably get that bike running again if you charged it with a generator. Why not give it a try?
Can do. But I have one of those devices. Distribution center. Fantastic. Huh.
Hello.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Decontaminating suit. All clear.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
So, there's metals back up there if I really, really want them. Let's do this. Make delivery. Deliver requested cargo. Done and done.
You brought this from the wind farm? I can't imagine what a chore that must have been. Thank you. Wow. Don't do things by halves, do you? Hard to believe one man could bring in a hole this big. Then again, you are a legend.
How did I do? Yep, we get it. Nice. S. Badges have been provided following sound data. Sound data can be listened to in your... Alright. That's more materials there. Distributing West, Capital City now provided the following new hologram. And another two things to read. The second one is this. Thank you. Everyday delivery.
I don't know anyone who's done more to bring people together and get them back on their feet. It's hard to believe you're just one guy. Can't help wondering if the Great Deliverer isn't actually a small army. Because it sure seems like whenever someone's in trouble, you're there to lend a hand. It's enough to make me think you just might make it all the way to the coast. Good luck out there. I'll be rooting for you.
Neat.
Good work. New order available. Please access...
Yep, I know, but I want to go to my private locker. Oh, that's level 1. Place on back. So, now if we go this way...
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Can I get it to build a generator?
Anybody home?
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Right, so... Open cargo menu. Nope. I think it's more. You. Adjust. No, that is not good.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
Okay, so...
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Those are level 1, so I think I'm going to recycle them and make a couple of level 3s. So, private locker. Let's dink, dink, and dink. Carry on back. Confirm. Recycle.
By handing over excess materials to a facility, you can increase the amount stored on site. Now, these materials can then be used later for equipment fabrication and so forth. Just remember that each facility has separate stores and that the amount on hand differs from site to site. Don't get carried away.
Understood. So we pick those. And that. Recycle. Yep. You're welcome. Yep, that's fine. Fabricate equipment. That one. That one. That's repair spray. Carry by hand.
Thank you for your contribution.
No.
Have a pleasant journey. Beginning scan.
Transfer cargo to the back. Right. Let's go here.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Open cargo menu. Load onto bike. No. Right. No. Switch structures, bridge, watchtower, generator. Okay. Obstacle detected. Oh, that's safe.
Let's do this.
Booyah. Ooh, this is going to be a tall one.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Construction complete. Weapons detected. Weapons restrictions lifted.
There we are. We now have vehicle. Bingo.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear.
Right, before we move on.
Weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Thank you. Let's head on in. See what happens. Oop.
Good morning, Sam.
Right, so let's have a look at what's new here. Orders mail. You're now. How's BB doing, Sam? Hope you've managed to avoid autotoxemia altogether. By the way, I've been wondering, how are your porter grades these days? Getting better and better, I'd imagine. Or maybe you don't really care about that stuff. Well, in case you do, I thought I'd give you a quick primer, since I know it can be confusing. Bridges has developed a unique system to evaluate porter performance, and it focuses on categories: cargo condition, delivery volume, speed, bridge link, and miscellaneous. Obviously, the aim of the game is to try and get high grades in all 5 categories. If you ask me, though, you should prioritize cargo condition. I agree with that. I mean, what's the point of lugging something halfway across the continent if it's smashed into bits along the process? Sure, some people aren't all that bothered. Some even let you get by with up to 50% damage or so. But come on, imagine if you were ordered a dozen thingamajigs and half of them were delivered broken. No, it's definitely better to put condition first. Treat your cargo with care and respect. You'll be rewarded with way more likes, trust me. That was my motto back when I was a porter. It wasn't always easy, as you can imagine. Some things got dicey, but I also learned to hang in there and deliver my cargo in one place. You'll do better. You'll do well to bear that in mind, Sam. After all, you've got the potential to become the better porter than I ever was. From Easton, still alive, Sam. How you doing out there? For a newbie, you're quite a workhorse, huh? Titanfall's probably taking its toll on your equipment, am I right? Maybe some of your kit's not even usable anymore. Well, don't jump the gun and throw that stuff away yet. One thing you can do is take your old equipment to a delivery terminal and recycle it. You can then refab yourself shiny new whatever and use at the terminal. Don't know if you're aware, but the whole recycling system is operated by the Bridget Strand Foundation. That's right, the president herself set it up, which means to convert busted tools and gear back into usable sources. On the other hand, if your equipment's only halfway broke, you still want to part ways. You could use it in a share locker, donate it to another porter who needs it greater than yours. You may as well end up getting a like or two for your generosity. Never mind the warm fuzzy feeling you get from helping out your fellow man. Of course, the system works both ways, meaning if you snag stuff off of other porters while putting share lockers too, if you're one of the ones who could do with the helping hand. Anyway, both recycling system and sharing lockers have their uses. It's up to you to pick which method best suits your needs in the given moment. You still have a lot to learn. I guess I'll have to all figured out in no time. I've got high hopes for you, kid. Nick Easton, how are your porter grades doing these days, Sam? I'm sure you're aware that trying to account for all 5 factors in a basic premise. But if you're anything like me, you just want to deliver as much stuff as you can, am I right? If so, you could always load yourself up with a massive haul and aim for the bridge's bonus for total cargo weight. Nothing wrong with that simple approach, of course. In the good old days, it's much easier. Roads were much better back then. So you had what to do was chuck all your stuff on the back of a truck and go for a drive. Can't do that now, though. Even if you got your truck, they're usually more trouble than they're worth. Hell, sometimes you'll just see them sitting on the side of the road, locked and abandoned. Anyway, on the bright side, since lugging your loads of cargo is so hard these days, folks are really grateful for when a porter manages it, hence all the bonuses. Here at the distro centre, for example, we've made sure you've got plenty of food and materials in stock, which means we have to make every delivery count. I dread to think what would happen if we ran out of supplies. Well, I've said my piece, and now you make yourself popular around these parts. Stack your cargo high. Jake Wind. Our hard work pays off, dear Sam. Wondering where you are right now. If it's somewhere powered by a wind farm, if anyone should be benefiting from our work, it's you. Till you brought us into the network, we could only provide power to a small region. Now we can send it to all the big cities and beyond. I'm still not 100% on the details, but basically, transmitting it via breach means we don't suffer any additional loss due to increased distances, so we can go as far as we need to. Good thing we kept faith in the second expedition and kept this place properly maintained. You made your efforts worthwhile. We can't thank you enough. Singing praises. Data. Ooh. 5. Okay. Humanity's biggest problem. Logistics. Hardman. Die Hardman. War and famine have been inescapable parts of human life since the rise of our species, and while the fall of America hasn't changed this fundamental truth, it's fair to say that these issues aren't pressing concerns. Can you remember the last time you heard a prepper dying of pauper, dying of starvation, much less someone in Knot City? No one's fighting over water or oil or anything else, which isn't to say people don't occasionally run out of supplies. But that's almost never because of the real shortage. It's usually a problem with logistics. In fact, it was to address such problems that the president created bridges and developed the chiral network. So yeah, no one's that desperate. Everybody's got enough for themselves, which has led to the real problem, that it's too easy for people to become isolated from one another. Eventually forget the others even exist. People are free to live for themselves for the moment without a care of the future. The president understood this better than anyone. I know just how much it pained her. Chiral contamination 1. Chiral contamination is the result of prolonged exposure to chiral radiation, which is emitted by beryllium, a substance discovered at the same time as the beach. Prolonged exposure can significantly impact physical and mental health. The effect is not dissimilar to those observed in individuals exposed to extremely high levels of stress, levels which can be fatal even. Such traumatic experiences can alter the hormonal secretions, impair immune response, contribute to heart failure, and induce strokes. The most common symptom of chiral contamination is poor sleep quality due to vivid nightmares. If left unchecked, however, it can quickly progress to more advanced stage in which the aforementioned issues may be observed. The potential impact on the individual's mental health cannot be understood. The resulting hormonal imbalances frequently lead to heightened destructive impulses towards the self and others. Those dominated by such urges are named homodemons, the mad ones. In the case of some porters, such as mules, impaired memory and judgment has led them to develop an irrational obsession with their profession, hence homo gastromonca. While it should be feasible and preferred that most individuals avoid chiral contamination at all costs, there are those who demonstrate resistance who head not the cautious. As I speak, of course, of dooms. Second one to it. Chiral contamination can be alleviated using similar methods to those used for relieving stress. Increase oxytocin secretion through contact with other people, administering smart drugs, and so forth. Recent years, however, the hormone dubbed lichen, known to mitigate the effects of chiral contamination while also restoring basic physical and mental acuity, has attached a great deal of attention from the scientific community. Unlike oxytocin, lycilin cannot be administered externally. It has to be secreted within the body, but the body only in response to external stimuli. It is said to be hormonal, perpetually responsible for the positive feelings that occur when one achieves a great goal, enjoys success, or receives praise or gratitude, or any form of like from a fellow human being. The discovery of breaches in the concept of death. With the discovery of the beach, the fundamental truth of death was upended. I doubt you'll find many who will deny this. Alas, we can say with little confidence in many objective or scientific capacity for understanding of this new realm in its infancy and is ever evolving. Much like our understanding of the universe as a whole, perhaps the closest thing we have to a working explanation of the beach relates to a conception of a multiverse, but I disagree. Yeah, down there. The beach is arguably both a concept and a reality. The discrete beach is influenced by the mind and associated individual, and therefore linked them irreparably. This is why we have no energetically pursued the psychological, psychoanalytical and neuroscientific angles when attempting to create a united theory of the Death Stranding, the beach and the related phenomena. There was a fad for a while back which subjects underwent counselling in order to learn more about their beaches, and in doing so a greater understanding of the nature of death. Doom suffered in particular provided excellent opportunities to study. An interesting theoretical question arose during this period. If a person's breach was the product of their own conscious, might animals have beaches as well? A conundrum on the surface, perhaps, but one quickly resolved. Only human corpses undergo necrosis and become BTs, which proves somewhat conclusively that only humans can possess a beach. And yet this begs another question. If all that is required is consciousness akin to a human, could an AI have a beach, an android? I, for one, do not believe so. Why? Because the function of our beach is to connect the worlds of the living and the dead. An entity was never born, has not truly lived, it will never know death. Surely it cannot even have a beach. BTs are reaching out to us. 2.4 million years ago, Homo habilis started to craft stone tools. Hands were very important, don't you think? Our other sensory organs passively interpret data. Our eyes light, our ears sound, our nose smell, our mouths taste, but hands are different. Touch requires conscious actions to grasp, more so. To connect that which is in our left hand with that which are in our right, still more. And the handprints that we see when BTs seek out humans, why? I'd say it's just evidence the whole outworldly friends yearns to forge a connection. They're reaching out to us, attempting to bridge the gap between realm of the dead and that of the living. Food for thought. So supply requests.
Supply requests. Submit one if you're in need of anything in particular.
Okay. Good to know. Bridge links.
A bridge link is another way of describing the connection between you and another porter. If you want to forge a powerful bond, consider a strand contract.
Darn it, I was hoping that little chat was going to be longer than that so I could get a drink. Okay. Tips. Get rid of all those. I'll come back to them if I need them. This is kind of your how-to guide, which there is a lot. So yeah, I think this is where I'm going to call it for this one. And say thanks for watching. Till next time, have a good one.